Erica Roan from the Keystone School, and today I'm with Ray Carmean, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the job he has and what he does, and I think you'll be really excited to hear about it. So I'm going to let him introduce himself. So Ray, why don't you tell everybody what you do and a little bit about how you got into what your career field is.
Okay, my name is Ray Carmean. I own Ray Carmean Quarter Horses. We show horses, train them, breed them. I got into this business because when I was young, I had a little pony and I was very interested in horses. So it was time to go to college and I decided that I wanted to be outside and I liked animals so much, so I decided to be a horse trainer. So most people when they're a horse trainer, they go and they apprentice under somebody. I decided, well, I'm gonna try to do it myself. And luckily it worked because I'd watch people and then I would put it in my program and it's worked very well. So I've won the world twice, world champion, and I produce quite a few horses. That's won big fraternities and horse shows, and we have clientels that we take to the horse shows. So what we do is we have some brood mares. We artificial inseminate them, and then we raise the babies, and then we break them babies, and then we show them babies, and we sell them. And these are mares that have babies this year. Now they're about 2 to 3 weeks old, so now they can go outside in the big pasture. And they won't come back in now probably until we wean them about 6 months from now. So the big thing about this business is it's very lucrative as far as you have training horses and you train for people and you take them to horse shows. At the same time, that gives you an opportunity to sell people horses when they want a new horse. Mm-hmm. So that's really, you make money as far as training horses, but as far as making money that you can put away, selling is where it's at.
Right.
This is a 3-year-old that we raised right here. We raised it right here, and she's just about ready to go to horse shows. Her value right now is probably $75,000. So if she goes out and wins something big, she'll be worth more.
So what determines the value of the horses?
The value of the horses is actually, first of all, they can win, and second of all, how they move.
Okay.
So the better mover, the better, being quiet, moving.
Yep.
Most times people buy them for their kids, or some older people buy them for the select and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. So the main thing is how they move. If they're good movers and a good mind, and they show good, they'll bring a lot of money.
Okay. So what led you, you talked a little bit about what led you to this career, but what type of skills do you think people need to do well in this career? Well,
I think the main thing is you got to have a love for animals, and second of all, it's hard work. Mm-hmm. So you got to be able to work hard because it's not a 9-to-5 job. Sometimes we start at 6 in the morning, we don't get done until 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Right.
At one time we had 50 horses here that we trained, but now, I kind of cut it back to about 25. So it's a little better because I don't have to quite as much help.
Right.
Because, when you got all that help, of course that costs you a lot of money.
Right.
So, but the main thing is you got to really want to do it. I have the desire to win. So you have to have that burning desire to do it. If not, then you won't be successful because, there's certain people that do this, they get a little lazy because, the customers are not here all the time. So you could just go sit in the house and say, oh, I don't want to ride today. But if you got that desire to win, you got that desire to take a young horse and break it and go get it to a show pen and have the customers come and ride it and win, that's what it's all about.
Right.
These are the horses that we're getting ready to ride today.
Okay. would surprise people most about this type of career?
I think surprise you the most is you got to have no fear, because they're big animals, and like starting from scratch until you get to riding them, you have to have a lot of courage. No doubt about it. So.
Yeah, and they all have different personalities.
Correct. They're just like people. They got different personalities. Some are very quiet. Some are a little rowdy. So of course we always try to breed for that quiet one.
All right.
So
describe to us what a typical day looks like in your job.
Okay, so you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, you feed. Now, at one time we had 50 horses. We had enough help that they fed. Of course, now I do it myself. So you get up and feed, and then at that time, once they're done eating, you turn some out, and then you start saddling, and you start riding them and training on them. And, we'll train anywhere from 7 o'clock until 7, 8 at night, depending on, how the day goes. And then you bring them all back in, feed them again, and that's your day. But each day you want a little bit more progress. You want that horse to advance a little bit more. In other words, you don't need it all today, but by the time it's showtime, it has to be ready.
All right. So for students who may be in high school, what types of courses do you think they need to really pay attention to go into a career like this?
Well, the biggest thing is quarter horses, because that's the biggest breed in America. And there's so many aspects as far as, they have cutting, reining, roping, all kinds of stuff. So, the big thing is there's a big market there for people for like managing, for like breeding farms, for like assistant trainers. There's a big market, because right now there's a shortage of assistant trainers. And you can make a lot of money once you get going. But, at first you don't make a lot of money because you got to learn.
Right.
So once you learn and you start your own operation, like me, I have a 79-acre farm here. Through the horses, I paid that off, and so it's free and clear. It's mine now. So the good part about it is, if you work hard, you can get ahead of the road.
Right. So it's a combination of animals, but also a business side of
Correct.
it. So you have to have the business knowledge to go along with
Correct.
taking care of the animals.
Yes, ma'am. Because you have to know how to handle money for one thing, and budget yourself. Because a good example is like we get $1,100 a month to train a horse. So out of that, you got to pay your feed and your hay and all that stuff. Luckily, since we have a farm, we make our own hay, so that cuts the expense down a little bit. But yeah, the main thing is, and then when you sell one, especially if you raised and breed it and everything, you can sell them. Good example, I sold one for $115,000. So on the average, they sell for anywhere from $25,000 to $75,000. So just depending on how good they are. So.
Awesome. Start with lunging, and this helps to calm down the horse and get the initial energy out before he starts to run. thing is, the trophies he's talked about winning the world and showing, and he has done a lot of it. So I'll show you a little bit of the trophies and the awards so that you can get a glance of all the awards that have been won. But let me just do a little sweep around here so that you can see what they've won. There's a whole sweep of trophies on the table and then all the way around the room. So pretty exciting stuff, and they've worked really hard over the years to get where they are.
Yeah, I've been doing it 40 years, so it takes a long time.
40 years of training. So definitely hard work and training. Really awesome.
Get the life out here.
Yeah.
These are all brood mares on this side,
Okay.
and these are the ones we breed.
And that's Roscoe.
Yep. And we teach, Roscoe teaches the babies how to lead around. So you hook him to the halter of the baby, and then he'll teach them how to lead.